Holy shit! My mind is blown, absolutely blown. Oh my god! I've got Chongyun as well. I bought YOIMIYA this season to start off, and I've just got seriously lucky on this weapon banner. This is probably the best luck I've ever had in this game, and I just got 2 flutes as well. Jesus Christ, that's actually one of the best pulls I've ever done. Um, this is going to be a video. I'm shocked. I should have probably filmed this anyway, but I'm actually shocked. I just thought we would wish, because I've been looking at the sort of the leaks at what's to come in the next few months in terms of characters and weapons, and I don't really want anything. As far as I'm concerned, my account is kind of complete. No way I actually just got this though. So basically, this is a video. This is just me being flabbergasted, so it's probably not going to be the most content. There's not going to be much gameplay. I'm just going to talk about what I just happened with this weapon banner, and this kind of season in Genshin, I suppose, just because it's actually mind-blowing. And I just got this. I actually annoyingly can't really afford to rank this up with the crystals. I haven't really got many crystals to ascend this, but holy shit, I actually got it. That's insane. Yeah, that's mad. I didn't expect to actually get this, and I haven't spent a lot of wishes at all. I'm a Welkin. I've been saving with my Welkin pass at the minute, and a few. I've had like 2 battle passes. That was it, but and I've been saving for a while with this sort of banner, and I just thought, like, I've been saving pretty much all year really, but I didn't spend many wishes, and we just got seriously lucky. So I thought we'd talk about it. That's nutty, and we got a Chongyun. I don't use Chongyun. I got 2 more flutes, which again I've actually kind of retired the flute, and I've got a few flutes off of this banner. But that's insane. That's one of the best pulls I've ever done in this game. That's awesome. Okay, let's go back into it. So I've actually found a new wishing spot as well, actually, which is where we're at now, and I'll show that right now, I suppose. Got some more stardust and things. This is the NAHIDA banner this season, and it's going to end in 3 days, which it comes and goes very quickly. And my history on this, I literally did it on the stream. I did like 3 wishes when we got YOIMIYA, but I know the pity system, it's about 80 wishes, and I knew we were basically due for a 5-star. Most of my wishes always end up going to pity. The permanent banner, this one, I've had quite a lot of luck on this one. I think I've had about 3 5-stars off of this one, and I've had about 3 5-stars off of this one. And until then, I only had 2 5-star weapons, which are both off the permanent banner, the Quilla Favonia, and I had an Amos bow, which was fairly recent, and I actually got those pretty early as well, which is quite nice. We'll go on the permanent banner. That's 20 and 30. We got Diluc last, I think, 40. I've actually done quite a bit on this. This is obviously October. They've got a flute on there. We've got Diluc. And again, this was using... I didn't like the the main banner at the time, so I think I spent a bit of Prima Gems on this with what I'd unlocked, because I'd done a lot of Inazuma side quests and ranking up the tree and things. I'm a little bit behind the average player in this. Got Kujo Sara, that was like my first copy. And now we're going back to September. We got a copy of Razor and Collie. Beidou again. I've had a lot of Beidos on this. Sacrificial Sword, Seiyu. I've had a lot of Seiyus on this banner. Amos, but it was all the way back in September. And then I think from Amos, how far we can go back here. You've got Amos and about 30 wishes from the Aquila Favonia. So they're the 2 main weapons I've had off of this banner. And when was that? That was actually when I last started playing. You see the massive gap there. I don't know which way around this is. I don't know if this has got to be month, I suppose. So that was back in May, and then July. I had a good break. I got a bit burnt out. But what I'd done as well is, I think at the beginning of the game, I'd wished on this weapon banner, and I'd always heard it's bait. It actually hasn't caught up here yet. So if I go right back to the beginning, and this is kind of similar, where I feel my account has been done now, basically. For a while, I got enough 4-stars built. I got enough 5-stars built and I got the 5 stars I like. I just need to basically just work on weapons and refining stuff and just making people's talents better. But so yeah, I'd wished on this initially all the way back here in like May, and then I didn't wish on it until September, and that was 14, and we've never got a 5-star off this until then. So I think I counted it just before. I think this was 65 wishes in, and it came to this current NAHIDA season, and lines off of before. It came to that, and I thought we would actually look on the weapon banner for a change. I had a few wishes saved. You can see I did some temples here. So and I got 1,000 floating dreams, which I was actually really pissed off with that. That was I say when just after we got YOIMIYA actually. And I was really pissed off that I got that, but it was okay. I was like, oh, maybe it's a good weapon for Sucrose, and I've got it kind of half built for Sucrose because the problem I've got with the crystals at the minute. And then I went and did my thing, and that was actually Chi-Chi in the fountain, which is kind of Atsu's technique of wishing in this game. But then what I did is I came back to this spot here, which is just outside of this spawn point in Inazuma. And there's lots of little areas like this. There's you know, there's some caves with some like books and seating and tables you can go and sit down at that are quite scenic. It's that kind of spot I feel like you want to choose for wishing in this game. I don't know if it makes a difference, but goddamn, we just got lucky. So and this spot is where I got Diluc and a few of the other stuff as well. And I thought, fuck it, we'll go with Yoi and just wish here, which is pretty good. But yeah, I got 1,000 floating dreams with Chi-Chi in the fountain, and then I came over here and stood here with, I think Jean, actually. I came and stood here with Jean, so that could also be something to it. And I'd just given Jean my Aquila Favoni. I took it off of Ayaka, and I'd given Jean my Aquila, which is actually this level here. I've got 2, which is what I'm kind of going on about here. I gave that to Jean, which is actually one of my highest weapons I had built, and it's because I unlocked the Inazuma sword, and I actually ranked this up to 80, which I don't normally do, and I give that to Ayaka. So Ayaka lost her 5-star sword, and I gave this to Ayaka, and it actually worked out pretty good. She does a little bit less damage for it, but it was still pretty good, and I think she did more Cyro damage for actually having this weapon because of the attack stat. But as I said, we did that. We got 1,000 dreams, and I was a bit disheartened. It was a Sunday. This was probably last Sunday, and I was a bit upset by it. And I decided to come here, and I stood here with Jean, with her Aquila, and I did a 10 pull. And I don't know if the timing is between it is noticeable. Or no, I did it shortly afterwards, I suppose. But I came over and did a 10 pull, and I got another Aquila Favonia. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, holy shit. You know, it's never reset that early for me. Like almost, 10 wishes and it reset. And I've been sitting here now for about 20 minutes before I just wished. And I've only done a 20 pull. I had 40 before I did this. I just did a 20 pull, but it hasn't caught up. It takes a little while to catch up. But I just did a 20 pull, got a 10 pull. I just got Razor, and I just got another Sacrificial Greatsword, which is kind of meh, because I don't like Razor, and I've got quite a few constellations for him now, so I just unlocked this 3rd one. And it also gave me another spare Sacrificial Greatsword. I've got one R5, which was Seiyu's weapon, but I just got these Inazuma weapons, so Seiyu's now got hers on that. She's probably a bit worse, but aesthetically I prefer it. And I've given this to Beidou. And I've still got 2 4-stars there in one 10 pull. I was like, okay. And I'm sitting there watching Dr. Disrespect on YouTube, just chilling.
Kept goldfish as pets?
And I'm sitting there umming and ahhing, looking at the leaks, going, well, there's no one I really want. There's no real 5-star I want. We can potentially get a Favonius Lance for Raiden, that sort of thing. And I'm not too bothered about getting Raiden's weapon, really. She hits super hard as it is. And so yeah, I just did another 10 pull, and holy shit, that was when I started the video. That's when we got it. It's a bit of a shame this doesn't update, but whatever. But yeah, that's pretty cracked. So it's not really much of a video here. I can't, unfortunately.
Very cute.
I can't, unfortunately. I'm going to probably end up. What I'm going to do is, I did want this for Yoi. I've been enjoying using YOIMIYA. She's a lot of fun. So that's nice. What I was actually going to do, and I have got a Rust, but I only recently got it, and I've given that to Amber. So this Amos is actually really good bow for Amber. She hits probably the hardest with it, but who I've enjoyed using it for is actually Kujo Sara, because part of her kit really forces you to use charge shots. So most likely I'll give this back to Sara and just have it as a stat stick for her, because she buffs Raiden down the line. At the minute, if I go into it, I can probably show you that's how many weapon materials I've got. And if you know the game, you know that's not a lot. That's enough to do like a couple of levels maybe. And I like doing 10 levels at a time. So I won't be unfortunately using this pulse for a little while, but that's pretty cool. And it actually aesthetically probably looks best on Sara there. But that's insane. That couldn't have gone any better right there. And I actually didn't expect it to. I was going to burn 30 wishes, see if we could snipe it early, and if not, I was going to leave it and I was just going to carry on saving. I am going to carry on saving now. That is what I'm going to do. There's nothing in the game as far as I'm aware I really want. I actually thought I had 21 characters built. I think I've got 24. Dillick's been debuilt. He has got a weapon though. He hasn't got any artifacts. But everyone else here up to Amber has all got a set of artifacts that work at this level, world level 8. They're not max level at all, but they all hit hard enough to the point that I can't really understand why people want a lot of constellations and spend a lot of money, because I'm kind of at the hardest point in the game and we can basically do everything, no problem. And having this many supports has given me pretty much an infinite number of combinations to complete the game. So as far as I feel my account is done. I've got some of my favorites that I didn't think we would get. Which I'm really happy about, and I've got some constellations for them as well, say like Yunjin. Got some cons for her. I've got like C2, I believe. This is going a bit off track, this video. Yeah, no, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, that's pretty crazy. That's for sure turned my account around. I'm not going to be able to switch on to Yoi for a while, but I just didn't expect it. That's super lucky. That's super lucky, and I haven't wailed on this account or anything like that either, which is why I'm quite blown away of it. I just sat there for about a few minutes going, no way. Going nowhere, got mad goosebumps, and I was like, sod it, we'll do a quick video, and it's about as happy as you'll probably hear me, really. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Check me out on Twitch. I'm doing Genshin over there. If you want to watch me play Genshin, that's probably where I'm going to do it. Thank you very much.